was that?
It's a wet and blustery day here in Inverness, Scotland, and even though I am on a trip through this beautiful country, I have found some time to play Astral Chain while my family has been sleeping or I've had a little bit of alone time. And this game is so damn addictive, I haven't been able to put it down, to be quite honest. Anytime that I've been able to find a spare moment, I've been playing Astral Chain on my Nintendo Switch. This is developed by Platinum Games, one of my favorite developers in the entire video game industry, and it's published by Nintendo. So if you follow video games at all, you should be very excited by this news, because these two mega game developers working together to build us this very cool new franchise. And I suspect it will be a franchise, because if you play Astral Chain, you will quickly learn how beautiful and enjoyable this game is. It's an action role-playing game. Well, it's an action-adventure game with lots of role-playing elements, and it's a great fusion of things that we've seen before, you know, cyberpunk behemoths like Blade Runner or Akira, fused with giant robot type of titles like Mobile Suit Gundam or Macross or something. It brings together a lot of elements that we love, and a lot of the enjoyable elements that we've seen in Platinum Games action experiences like Vanquish or Bayonetta or Nier Automata. This is a very, very enticing experience. It's set in the year 2078. You play as a pair of young detectives, and you are under the tutelage and guidance of your father, who is a police captain, and you're part of a police unit called Neuron, which is situated in this megacity called the Ark. What you get is this special ability to tether to a legion, this robot, this giant robot character that you can pull into battle at any time, and using that tether, which is invisible to other people around you, you're able to fight these enemies called the Chimera, which you'll fight in the Ark, the city area, but you'll also jump into the astral plane, so you're bouncing back and forth. And the astral plane is not unlike what I've just experienced in Control. It's got all of these muted color palette platforms that are erupting out of the ether, and you're bouncing to different platforms, and you're using your Legion and your tether to chain jump to different enemies and to different platforms and to solve these little puzzles. You're getting into lots and lots of battles, and you're using the chain to wrap around enemies and to do special attacks, which is really fun. And of course, you're leveling up as you go because of all the RPG elements in there. You're leveling up your Legion, you're leveling up your weapons, all fused around what's called an X-Baton. So you've got this sort of fast attack, you've got this more powerful sword attack, and then you've also got a projectile attack, a handgun attack. But that's constantly morphing and changing as you're leveling up. You're also leveling up your own abilities. You've got this very special augmented reality tool called the Iris, which allows you to scan the environments, decipher if people need to be interrogated or not. You're searching for clues in all kinds of different areas. You gain the ability to bring in an in-game camera so you can take pictures of different things and analyze that as well. You're talking with all kinds of NPCs that you're going to run into throughout the game. There's lots of beautifully directed cut sequences in there. Not so much in terms of script work. There is a little bit of there's some slight, you know, melodramatic cheese that's happening in this game.
Now don't go dying on me.
But right out of the get-go, right when you boot this game up and the credit sequence is happening and you're on the back of a motorcycle and you're blasting at all kinds of bad guys and all the names of the people that worked on the game, it's just so freaking stylish. I have to say, it took a few hours before I really started to get my groove on, because there's a lot of systems in this game. You're not just controlling your own character, you're controlling another character with this tether. You can also play this game cooperatively. There are going to be training missions and things like that that will guide you into the game, and there are going to be sequences where you're going to be untethered from your Legion, and you're going to be learning new systems there. And there is this level of complexity and depth, and also this wonderful dole-out of ability that Platinum is really, really, well respected for. The game is overseen by Hideki Kamiya, who brought us the Devil May Cry series. A lot of the same team that worked on Nier Automata worked on this game, and it does scale up wonderfully. But I have to tell you, even though it takes a few hours before you're fully engaged and fully addicted to all the core sort of pieces of this experience, you are going to be blown away by the style of this game. It's so freaking beautiful. It's very deep, and there's lots and lots of layers to it. There's a sense of humor about it. You run into this character called Lappy, who is sort of this mascot character that trains you and teaches you and then gives you the ability to fast jump inside of the police headquarters so you can get to your missions quicker and talk to the people that you want to talk to quicker.
With Lappy's secret shortcut, you can zip around the station in a whelp.
There's lots of side missions. There's lots of little collectibles that you're going to find all over the place, scattered in whether you're in the astral plane dimension or you're in the Ark. And for all of those doubters out there that think the Nintendo Switch doesn't have the horsepower, this is another one of those games that you can point to and say, well, this looks beautiful to me, whether you're playing it in handheld mode or you see it flashed onto a big screen. This is absolutely gorgeous, and it has incredible audio and music fidelity as well, so it just wraps around you, and you are completely hypnotized by how beautiful this core game is. I have just been freaking adoring this game, and I've got a long flight home, so I know I'm going to have more thoughts on Astral Chain. But what I've played so far, this game is phenomenal. Even though it had a bit of a slow-paced ramp for me to fall in love with it, I truly have. This game is amazing. From what I've played, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10.